Hey guys, JH. Welcome to practice tee. And welcome to the wind tunnel. I don't know guys, just a part of the world. If you ever come here to the JH practice tee, just make sure you've got a hat that's stuck on, because it just blows it off. Probably 45 k's today guys. And the prevailing wind is that it's sort of just wants to just take the ball away. Okay guys, carrying on. Just going to give you a snippet on these videos, just extra things that are coming back to me about this golf swing, about JH's old golf swing, shift and drive, or SAD as we call it, SAD. Guys, one of the things I used to clearly, what I used to was angle that foot out. Now what I used to do as well, and the reason I angled that out is I could get a good turn into the trail side, but the reason I angled it out as well was that it encouraged me to bring across my lead foot into a narrower stance. And I remember that I used to have quite a narrow stance. I really did. And I noticed on the videos of late that my stance is quite wide. So it's all coming back to me guys. Just don't want the camera to blow over. Alright, so in having the stance a little bit narrower, it just makes it easier to unlock and unglue that lead side. If I'm over here, I find it hard to get it off. Feels like it's almost glued. The more I, just to overdo things, if I put my feet, almost touching, so easy to get into the trail side. Just gives me more mobility in the hips. So the message here today, guys, is just try a narrower stance. For a start, flare that foot out, and again, going over the basic principles of the process. Arms are on top, cups are facing up, and we don't change that orientation. There's no rolling of the arms, chest takes it away, and this is how we want to feel. There's no rolling of that elbow, it's always there. So we've narrowed the stance. We've trailed that foot out. And guys, you really have to overemphasize the shifting of the mass. It's almost like I'm feeling like I'm doing this. That's what I want to feel. My buddy said that he said back in the old days when I used to play with him and I used to hit the ball really well, he said I almost looked like I was toppling in the backswing, so much did I transfer my weight. So I obviously used to get here. Now I can still make a big shoulder turn. I just haven't got a program for it anymore. I've got to build that program back in. But look, I can make that shoulder turn. But in doing that, all this releases. And the other thing, guys, what my buddy said was that I had a little idiosyncratic move. And I remember it vaguely. But he said, Jage, the reason I think you got your weight across as much as you did and transferred it in totality as much as you did is that you unglued that lead side, that lead leg, with this little idiosyncratic move. And the little idiosyncratic move was this, guys. Before I took it back, I just did that. I just unglued that foot. Now these days my feet are on the ground all the time, but I used to just unglue it, like even as a precursor, like that's what he said he thinks I did. And I got to say that I remember that. So I think he's absolutely correct in saying that. So, narrow the stance, flare that foot out. And of course we have to push back with that lead hand, guys, and pull down with that lead hand. And also, in order to get the mass moving, guys, it's got to be a leisurely move. It can't be quick. You can't move mass quickly. You've got to take your time, just big shift here. Now what I'm going to try and do today, and I haven't tried going back to my old ungluing of that left heel, but I'm going to try that. And carrying on with the theme that I told you guys about the other day, whenever I start my practice sessions, normally when I'm practicing, I always start with the driver. Why? Because it loosens me up. And I've been in the gym today and I'm really tight, so it just loosens me up, guys. It's longer, it's got more momentum. So, what are you going to do, George? I'm going to put that foot out here. I'm going to get all that weight over there. I'm going to unglue that lead side. Just lift that lead heel up a bit. But guys, you've got to really emphasize getting that weight over and trying to just pause a little bit at the top of the swing. Okay, now here we are, dead cold driver. It's hard for me to go to the narrow stance. Just going to unglue it. First shot of the day, guys, and that is just frozen rope straight. Okay, backswing didn't have a lot of range of motion in it because I'm very stiff. And I've got to swing it essentially twice as slow as that. I've got to be here. Come on, Joe. Try and do a good job. Unglue it. I mean, they're really stiff shots, but they're so straight. Now, the other thing, guys, once you've got back over here and you've got all that time and you've got that transfer of mass going on, what you've really got to do to take advantage of that and make the hands passive in the start of the downswing is that this has got to start. The lead hip and the lead knee has got to start that downswing. We've got to get to here and then we've got to do that. Now, as I've gotten older, I've lost that mobility in the hips, but I'm going to be working on that. So watch this. Come on, Jay. Really get it over there. They're a really good shot, and that's probably 60% of the range of motion that I want to get in the golf swing. That's about 60% of it. So here we are. Push it back and then really get those hips going. Unlock it. Now they're really, really straight shots. Okay. And the wind is wanting to take the ball to the right. That's just drawing the ball back into it. Into the wind. Okay, now really try and get over JH and stay back there and get that lead hip to start. Come on. Big shift. They're just bullets. They are just bullets. So straight. The wind's having no effect. Now, got to get that lead side starting. Come on. Big shift. Unglue it. Wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. Let's get these tees, guys. Sorry. I must be hitting it harder, guys, because the tees are going a long way. Tees are going miles. Absolute miles. Honestly, guys, there's no movement on those shots at all. And the wind is ripping across here. Come on. Get it back and get it going. Come on. I'm going to look a bit ungainly, guys, because I'm shifting a lot of mass. Come on. I'm going to pump out a couple here, guys, because I just want to loosen. But they're all, all going to the same place. Come on, big shift, Jace, come on. I can't hit it better than that, guys. I've never hit it better than that. And on the downswing, guys, I'm just trying to get all that mass back to the lead side. That's all I'm trying to think about. Big shift. You don't get any better than that. Whew. Tell you what, that's very physical. Very physical. Guys, they're so straight. Come on. Unglue that lead side a little bit more. Come on. Guys, there's a fence up here that cordons off the cow paddock. I normally land 15 in front of it, flying the fence. Flying the fence. So I must be picking up some speed. Okay, I look ungainly. I feel like this. I feel like I'm toppling over. Come on. I got to tell you guys, that's a drive from 40 years ago. That's the sort of ball flight I got 40 years ago. No exaggeration. That's the ball flight I got 40 years ago. That's just blitzed. And I'm just trying to have huge liberation, just letting everything flow over there. We all tend to get caught up with the exaggeration bug. I'll tell you what, guys, they're the shots. That's how I hit it 40 years ago. That flight and that speed. They're not moving. They're not moving at all, and they're just flying. Come on, get it over there, Joe. It's amazing how straight they go. I'm a straight hitter anyway, but considering the conditions, this is just nuts. Absolute nuts. Whew. Okay, one more. See if I can get way back over. So the general message is, guys, we want to unglue that lead side, push back with the lead hand, take it back here and pull it down. But in pulling it down, get that lead side leading. One more. I'll see what the light's like, and I might hit a couple down range. But with the power I've got at the moment, be a few people down there in range. I'll have to aim way right. Okay, come on. Get it over there, James, come on. Big shift. I've never hit the ball like that for 40 years, guys. That's the truth. That's the living truth. No exaggeration. And what does it feel like? It feels like I'm just toppling over to the right. Everything's just falling into the right. And then falling back to the left. I'm just hanging onto the club on the downswing. I'm letting that transference of weight back to the lead side pull my hands down. Okay, one more. Big shift. I could tell you anything, guys. But I promise you, Scouts Honour, they are the best drives I've hit in 40 years. And they're so solid and straight. If I can get some downrange contrast, I'll hit some shots down here. Okay, general message. Standard shift. Arms are here, they're locked. We push back with the lead hand. Try and get that lead shoulder over the trail knee. Here. Downswing is that. Pull with the lead arm and get that lead hip out of the way. Push. Pull. Okay guys, we'll do some more over the weekend. Got some guys turned up. We'll do some more over the weekend, and we'll really nail this down to a final protocol for the process. Okay, just one more. See how far you can actually get over there, JH. Come on. I can't believe how far they're going. The fences, they're clearing the fence by 20. 20. Come on. Never, they just don't come down. Okay guys, we'll do some more. I had to rush that a little bit. If the light's okay, I'll hit a few down range. But if not, I'll do some good, quiet, non-rush videos over the weekend. Wow, how good were they?